Okay, I like this problem. You want to maybe just sketch it to get an idea. I'm going to sketch it so you have an idea. If we had here a number line, and they said A is at 0, and AR has a length of 5. Well, you don't know if uh, R is at 5 or it's at -5. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if this is A, I'll put it in a different color. If this was A, you might have at 5, in which case, what would be the midpoint of it? Well, remember, we're going to add them together and divide by 2. So we would say 0 plus 5 divided by 2 would be 2.5. The midpoint could be 2.5. Or instead of R being there, R could be over here at -5. Yeah, okay. So that way we then say, okay, well, if it was 0 plus -5 divided by 2, we would get -2.5. So those are the two coordinates of the midpoint for AR. Okay, now we're doing AT. I just want to give you it as an example so you can see it. Um, let's do it again for AT. They tell us that AT, and we still have A at 0, so I'll leave that there. A is at 0. And T, that's got a length of 7. Okay, so T could be all the way over here at 7. Okay, touch that up a little so it's nicer for you. Or T could be all the way over here at -7. Both of those will give you a length of 7 for that. -6, -7, and maybe T is over here. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing I just did, which is to take the two coordinates of possible coordinates of AT and add them together and divide by 2. 0 plus 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So we could have a midpoint here at 3.5 right there. Right? Or if A was over here on the left-hand side all the way there at -7, that would still give you a total length of 7 for AT, but we need to take those coordinates and we need to add them together. So if A is at 0 and T was at -7 to give the length of that, divided by 2 would give us -3.5 for another possible midpoint. And that is right there, possibly. Okay, so we don't know which direction from A, T is. We don't know whether it's on, it's 7 units above it at 7 or 7 units below at -7. We just know that the total length works out to be 7. So since those are two possible coordinates of T, we use both of those coordinates of T here in finding out what the midpoint is by adding them together and dividing